3 days of not hitting a parlay, we finally hit a pitcher strikeout parlay on PrizePicks. It was sharp. All of these players were heavily favored to go in our direction. Easy take. Jayson Tatum PRA line is set at 42.5. I'm going under. I don't care if it's over 41.5. I'm going under every time. If it's at 40.5, I'm going under every time. This is him in the last 10 games. He just has too many weapons on his team for him to have to take the load that far. Like, there's no reason for him to go over 42.5 PRAs. He's shooting 15 shots per game. He's shooting 40%. Look, he took 19 shots in the last game. He had 11 rebounds. He shot 37%. He was 7 for 19. He had 34 PRAs. His line in the last game was at 41.5. They bumped it up. It's still favored to go under at -118. But why do they keep doing this? I'm playing this under until it's no longer valuable. Jayson Tatum under 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Yo, Derek White, this is an interesting one. Derek White points, rebounds, and assists is set at 26.5. The over is +104. Let's see who is serving that. Caesars is at +104. But BetMGM, ESPN, DraftKings, -110, 110, -105. This is the last 3 games. All playoff games, obviously. He's just doing much better than 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He takes 15 shots a game. He's at 26, 13, and 16, still goes over. His three-point attempts, he's averaging 9 per game and shooting 60%, averaging 60%, or is that 50%? Still, that's incredible. That's over. Let's look at head-to-head versus Cleveland. During the regular season, he was not going over. But this one game in the playoffs, how many field goals he took? He averages 8 shots per game versus Cleveland, but he took 16 here. Now, look, that's versus Cleveland. It's only going to show the regular season game and then that playoff game. But I'm going to go back to the last 10 games. In the last 10 games, he's averaging 12 shots per game. In the last 5 games, he's averaging 15 shots per game. You know what I mean? So to have him at +104, expecting him not to go over, I'm not interested in that. I'm taking him over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. It should be clear. This should be an easy smack right here. Look, Jaylen Brown, same thing. Yeah, he had a good game, but then they moved the line up 2 points. It was 33.5 in game 1. Now it's 35.5. They think he's going to go out there and do this again? I don't think so. That's 1-2 games in the last 10. Let's look at head-to-head versus Cleveland. He usually goes under 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He had a decent game yesterday. In game 1, he had 32 points, 9 rebounds. I doubt if he had any assists. His assist line is at 2.5. I want to go under it, but I can't find it anywhere. 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I am going under this. I could care less. But I want to show you something. His rebound chances were 11.5. And he converting half of them, about half of them. And as far as his field goals, he averages 20 shots per game. He averages 20 shots per game, shooting 48%. That's not bad at all. But in that in the game where he got 40 points, rebounds, and assists, he shot 67%. He was 12 for 18. He averages 48% on his field goal attempts. He's not doing this again. Even if he does, in the last 10 games, he's not done it enough. That number's too high for the team that he's on. Jaylen Brown under. What is it? 35.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Who else is on here? Donovan Mitchell, points, rebounds, and assists is set at 39.5. I'm taking him over because that's all they have. You see the last 3 games, he went crazy. And then he averaging 22 shots a game. This man is taking 8 3-pointers per game. He took 11 and only hit 4. I'll take him over 2.5 3-pointers made as well. But for now, I have this points, rebounds, and assists over 39.5. Slightly favored at -119, 115. Let's see if it's even worse than that. No, that's going to be tight too. But this is all they got. If he doesn't do it, they're getting swept. They might get swept regardless. But, bro, let's do another hitter fantasy parlay. This one should look as good as the one yesterday. Bro, Ohtani went 0 for 4. I was looking to smack that one. However, we're rocking with players that banged from yesterday except Ohtani. Let's get started. Aaron Judge. Look at Aaron Judge in the last 5 games. His hitter fantasy score is at 8. This is him in the last 5 games. He's playing Houston in the last 2 games, and then obviously he plays Houston one more time, and he faces off against Blanco. I don't know if he has any history against Ronel Blanco. Let's go look. I'm sure he does. Where is Aaron Judge? Bang, he got a ton of history. He batting .236 against Blanco with 8 home runs. Bro, he's going over. He torches Philadelphia. He torches Houston Astros pitchers. I got Aaron Judge over 8 hitter fantasy score. Juan Soto, he went insane. Look at Juan Soto last 10 games. Here's the set at 8. I'm taking him over. Let's see if he has any history. Oh, I wish I was showing you the full screen. Maybe I can show you the full screen here. So you can look over here and see if Juan Soto has any history against, not Stroman, against Ronel Blanco. Look at Soto. He has 145 plate appearances, batting .338 with 9 home runs. Man, let's go. Look at the slugging percentage, OPS percentage. Man, let's go. Juan Soto over 8 hitter fantasy score. Julio Rodriguez, his is at 7. Let's look at the last 5 games. Only in the last 2 games that he went off. This is in the Minnesota series. He plays Minnesota again. However, they're facing Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez and Julio Rodriguez have a little history, I think. He had 6 at-bats, batting .333. I'm taking this over. Julio Rodriguez over 7 hitter fantasy score. I can't let you forget about the ticket. And then I have one more, and this is going to be Elly de la Cruz. Now look, Elly is kind of in the slump a little bit. His line is at 8, and because he's in this slump, I'm taking him over. If I look at Cincinnati and see if he has any history against Slade, and it doesn't look like he does. Well, not a lot. He had 2 at-bats and struck out once. So not a ton of history against that pitcher, but in the last game, he went over. After not going over in 3 straight games, let's see if he hit his hot streak. He's the only one that I'm concerned about to not have this ticket smack. But outside of that, I think this one looks good, and I'm looking forward to hitting both of these. You already know. Let's get this dough.